All right, what's up, everyone? Greg here. So you probably noticed a little different background. I actually am converting my garage into an office because I just don't want to be in my house office anymore. I'm sick of being in the house, and any second I can be out of the house, I'm doing that. So I'm trying to convert my garage into like a little office, kind of clean it up. You may hear a little bit of birds chirping, a little bit of nature. At first I thought it would be distracting, but I think everyone might enjoy it at this point. So what I want to talk about today is picking a niche. This is probably the thing that most people struggle with the most. You know, our training, we have step-by-step on pretty much everything but picking a niche. And there's a reason for that. It's because it's really hard to train people how to pick a niche and use a specific niche, because then everyone uses the same niche and they don't do their own niche research. So what I want you to do is I'm actually going to show you how to pick a niche and the process you need to go through to successfully pick a niche. Follow what I show you in this video, but don't use the example I use. Use this information to find your niche, because that's what's going to work best, okay? So that's why this training wasn't really out there before, because I just don't want everyone going picking the same niche, but I'm going to try to structure it in a way that everyone won't just go after whatever niche it is that I pick. And I don't even know yet. I'm just going to go with the wind on this one. I don't have anything planned. I just want to go and kind of do research from the ground, because that's how I think how people learn best. If I plan it out, then it's not the same teaching in my opinion. So I want to show you, like, if I'm from the ground, what I'm going to do, and I think that will really help you. All right. So when you're picking a niche, there's really 5 main things that you want to consider. You know, you want to consider, number one, is it of interest to you? Now, this one you can kind of put an asterisk next to, because it depends if you're writing your own content or not. Outside of that, doesn't matter a ton to me. It can be better if you're interested in a niche, even if you're not writing your own content, because you can be more into the project. But it's more important, interest comes into play more if you're writing the content. That's where I would say interest is very important, and you want to do a site you're interested about. Outside of that, if you have people writing for you, it can play a part, but it's not as important. All right, so just consider that interest is number one. Number 2 is market trends. So right now I can tell you that you're not going to want to go into niches like tickets, okay, like sports tickets, airline tickets, that type of stuff. You know, for the foreseeable future, that's really going to be affected. Anything restaurant related is in a little bit of trouble for a while, I believe, you know, with this whole coronavirus thing and social distancing. Concert stuff, anything like that, you're going to probably want to stay away from. And then on the opposite end, with market trends, you know, what do I notice people doing right now? And there's other ways you can look at market trends. You can go to Google Trends and see what people are typing in. But just as I'm living now in this coronavirus thing, I notice tons of people outside doing their own lawn work, you know, maybe you know, cutting their own grass, doing their own mulching, so maybe like how to do yard work, you know, doing their own gardening. I notice tons of people walking their dogs now, tons of people just working out from home, doing home workout stuff. You know, a lot of people searching for home workout gear. You know, just things like that, artsy stuff. You know, people are looking more into art and ordering art supplies and looking for activities to do from home. I see more and more people, you know, out playing sports, like, you know, just maybe tennis or, you know, basketball or whatever, maybe something they don't usually do. Music, you know, a lot of people maybe ordering instruments. I actually ordered a guitar to try to learn a guitar a little bit to spend some of my time. So you want to look at market trends and what's happening in the world, and right now is a big one because you got the coronavirus going on. It's probably one of the biggest changes we've had in most of our lifetimes. So market trends are really big right now. They're usually not this big, but really big right now. It's something you really want to consider, all right? So number 3 is you want to consider competition, of course. You want to know what type of sites are ranking on the first page, especially. You know, is there just huge sites ranking, or is there niche sites ranking, and how far does that go? Number 4 is what keywords is keywords, and there's really 2 parts of that, right? So there's search volume for the keywords, and then of course the amount of keywords, and that really ties into like how deep are you going to go? Are you going to cover one little topic, or are you going to go to a bigger topic? And that question will get answered as we do, you know, as I kind of go over the shoulder and do a little niche research here and kind of show you how I would look at it. And then the last thing would be affiliate programs. There's 2 parts to that. and that is, how many affiliate programs are out there for whatever it is you're looking for, and then what type of percentage are you going to make, when you make a sale. And using all of that stuff, it's going to decide, is this worth it for a niche for you, all right? So there's 5 main points, and again, that's, interest. Are you interested in the niche or not? And that really asterisk, if you're writing your own content, that's pretty important. If not, it can be important, but it's not as important. Number 2 is market trends. Number 3 is competition. Number 4 is keywords. And of course, 2 parts of that, search volume and the amount of keywords available. And then number 5 is the affiliate programs, how many affiliate programs, and then what type of percentage are they going to be paying. Then you can tie all that information together and figure out how good is this niche you're looking at. Now, here's the key, guys. This is why I've been hesitant to teach how to pick a niche. And you can't understand how good what you find is until you research many different niches, all right? So if I do a whole bunch of research, or if I don't do a whole bunch of research and I find a niche and, I find, let's say it has 20 keywords, maybe the search volume altogether is 20,000, the affiliate program pays 10%, and the competition's like medium range. I'm like, you know what, this will work, that's good. That's just being lazy, because if I move forward and I keep researching more and more and more niches, you can start comparing, right? Then when you run to a niche, numbers are going to stick out to you. You're going to be like, oh, wow, because you can compare them to the research you did before. So the secret to niche research is doing niche research, but understanding these 5 principles that I'm laying out, because then you can compare them against each other, right? So the first niche you look at, it may be super competitive, not many keywords available, so that's not good because you can't even go after long tail. Affiliate programs don't even pay that much. Search volume is very high, but there's not many keywords. The competition's through the roof. The pay's not that high, so that's not very good. On the opposite end, the 100th niche you look at could have super high search volume, super high amount of keywords, low competition, and a fairly good payout, right? So until you start looking at more and more and more niches, it's really hard to know, is this niche good? And that's how you find it out. You do the niche research. Okay, no one's going to lay this out for you. No one. You can go do a little research and people will list good niches for you, but the problem is that list is being used by everyone else. So everyone's going after the same niche. So the way to find the really good niches is to just research. That way you can compare. If you niche research 3 different types of niches, you only have 3 niches to compare, and then you could pick the best of those 3, right? If you research 50 different niches, well, then you have 50 niches to compare, and you can pick the best of those 50 niches. So that's actually the big secret. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but that actually is the trick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go into some niche. I got a bug crawling on my computer. I guess that's the downside of working in your garage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pick a niche, and I'm going to kind of go with this information that I just went through, right? So I'm going to pretend that I'm going to be writing my own content. I'm pretty bored these days with this coronavirus thing, and I want to actually write my own content this time. So interest is important. Market trends. A lot of people working out at home, and that fits with me because I love working out. I've been working out from home. I've ordered home workout gear. So that fits with me. I like that. The market trend is high. A lot of people ordering this type of stuff. I like doing it. Now I got to figure out competition, keywords, and affiliate programs. So, there's many different ways to skin a cat, right? So for me, what I would probably do is start with a keyword like home workout equipment. Best home workout equipment, and then I can kind of work my way down from there. So let's go ahead to Google. And let's type in best home workout, here it is right here, equipment. All right, so what I want to look at again is I want to get a sense of search volume, the amount of keywords available, of course, the competition, and then the types of affiliate programs that are out there, how many of them is there, what type of stuff do they pay, and all of that, all right? Now, for me, I can use my previous knowledge to compare this to other stuff because I've done a lot of niche research, and that's just an advantage that I have, but it can be an advantage for you if you just take the time to do it, right? A couple days, just sit there and do niche research. Even make charts, write stuff down. Like, get a rating scale of 1 to 10 for each of these 5 things and mark it off. And after you do 10, see which one sticks out the most. And the more you do, the better chance you have of finding a niche that's going to do very well. All right. So before I get into this, what I want to do is point out the tools that I'm using. So the first tool is called Keywords Everywhere. That's this tool right here. This used to be free, but now it is actually paid, but it's very cheap. You can get 100,000 credits for $10, and for most of you, that's all you're going to need to spend. I think I spent 100,000 credits in like 4 to 6 months, but I do a lot of searching. So for most of you, $10 is going to last you, a year plus at least. So very, very cheap and very worth it, because all your keyword data gets put up right here and of course over here, and it's very quick and easy to use. It's very worth it. I love this tool. It's the only really tool I use for keyword research besides Ahrefs, which is what I'm going to go into next. So when you search, it'll show you, the estimated search volume, about what people are paying per click, which is $2.65 for this one, and that's, if people have advertisements, that's how much they would pay each time someone clicks on average. And then competition I don't look at, okay? I don't pay attention to competition. I do my own competition research. So, and then of course it shows also related keywords and recommended keywords over here, which you can use to get more keyword ideas, all right? So that's one way that I definitely use to get more keyword ideas. Now the other tool I use for both keyword research and competition research is Ahrefs. Now, many of you may use the OMG Command Center or a different tool. That's totally fine. You can use either of those. For me, Ahrefs, I just like the way the data is laid out. It's very quick, but it's more expensive, and that's a downside. Some of you may not be able to afford it. Don't worry if you can't afford it. Go with the OMG Command Center. It does a good job. You're just going to have to manually type some stuff, and it's going to take a little longer, but you can only afford what you can afford at the moment until you start building an income and you can afford more expensive tools, right? So that's where all this data is coming from. Then Ahrefs data shows right here, and in this section I mainly use this for competition analysis, right? So for example, this money.com site, the main things I'm looking at is it has 35,000 referring domains going to the home page, and then this actual page that's ranking has 4 referring domains, right? So this just gives me the main data that I want right at my hand instead of going and looking at each site individually. Then the second site right here, menshealth.com, has 60,000 referring domains going to the home page and 125 going to the inner page that's ranking, right? So Ahrefs, this is called the Ahrefs toolbar, right? If you have an Ahrefs account, ahrefs.com, if you have an account, you can download the toolbar and this will display for you, and that's what you're seeing here. If not, you might have to manually go type in each of these to whatever you use, whether it's the OMG Command Center or if it's SEMrush or whatever tool you use, Majestic. There's all different tools out there. You may not have this toolbar, it may take a little longer, and again, that's fine, but it's just going to take a little more time. So as I scroll down here, that's the main thing I'm looking at. What are the referring domains? And also what I'm looking at is how related is the home page to the topic, because we want to look at relevance too. What I really like seeing when I do this is smaller site, at least one smaller site that is based around the topic. So I would want to see like, maybe home workout in the domain name or workout equipment, and then have a lower amount of referring domains, maybe a few hundred in that range. Even like 1,000 would be fine, depending on how good the SEO is. But I'm really looking for smaller domains, okay? So the first one here has 35,000, not good. Second one, 60,000, and it's related to health, not good. Business Insider has almost 500,000, that's not good. Insider.com, someone has coronavirus. They're targeting the coronavirus home workout stuff. That's, again, it's a trending thing because everyone's working out from home. That's crazy. So 61,000 referring domains, 48,000 referring domains, very well fit. Health.com, 66,000 referring domains, not looking good so far. 3,800 referring domains, 184,000, 184,000, 444,000. All right, so we got all huge sites on the first page. Now, it doesn't mean we can't rank, okay? I actually do rank for terms like this with sites like this, where my site has under 1,000 referring domains. I rank on the first page for stuff like this. I can tell you it's very doable. But the question is, is this high of competition really something most of you want to deal with? Probably not, right? And again, as you do more niche research, you're going to see, like, you'll get to something like this and you'll be like, it's just not worth it for me because there's so many niches out there. This is just a very, very popular one, right? I mean, home workouts and just working out in general and health is just a competitive niche to begin with. And then come the added market trending of home workout stuff, it's going to get even more competitive. So, like, again, it's hard to explain this because you don't have the data I have in my head to compare to previous niche research I've done, but I can just tell you that it doesn't look good. Okay, I can tell by the competition that's not a good look. Now, of course, need to go into like how many keywords are available, the search volume, the affiliate programs, and it could end up being worth it for me because I am, more advanced and I have more of a budget than a lot of people do. But still, there's likely a lot better options. But it doesn't mean I need to stop there. Okay, and sometimes what you do is you start with a bigger topic like this, and you can dig deeper and find a good inner topic. All right, so let me tell you what I mean by that. So let's just go to this first one, the money.com one. And now what I want to do is I just want to dig deeper into the home workout stuff. So looking at this, let's say for most people, they're going to be like, all right, home workout equipment is kind of too big for me at this moment. It's a little intimidating, but maybe I can dig deeper, So what I can then do is maybe go into subcategories of home workouts, and let's see what we can look into. So, exercise, we got slam balls, all right? So that could be an option. But then again, that just covers one little topic. I don't know how many different keywords you would be able to fit from that. And again, that just goes for my my previous knowledge of just doing niche research. Aerobic platforms. We could go after aerobic type stuff, maybe like aerobic workout stuff. That could be an option. Let's see, yoga mats. Oh, yoga. We could look into the yoga niche. How about that? I like that. That sticks out right away because I know it's a bigger subcategory of the health niche. I know a decent amount about health. I know there's a lot of different options for yoga. There's like yoga mats, there's yoga pants, there's yoga shorts, there's yoga classes, there's yoga DVDs, there's tons of different yoga poses. There's a lot of different keywords that are probably available in yoga, and it's a sub niche, and we could get a niche specific keyword and rank a lot easier than most of these big sites. So I like that one a lot. All right, jump roping. Again, if you had a jump rope site, how wide could you get? Like, how many keywords could there be for jump roping? Probably not a ton. I could be wrong there. But, you could go after, like, speed ropes, heavy ropes. Again, there's probably just not a ton. I could be wrong, and they're lower priced, so you probably wouldn't make that much off the commission. But I don't see that. I could look into it, but I don't see that one really going too far. And that's kind of how my initial thinking goes. The point of this is kind of bring you guys through my initial thinking. And when I look at yoga, I know from my experience that this could expand pretty far. Like, yoga can go a lot of different ways, which means a lot of keywords. So that's definitely my favorite one so far. I like the aerobic one too. That's decent. But resistance bands, that's a possibility. They're medium price range, but I don't know how many different types of resistance bands you can get. So I don't love that one. It doesn't stick out. Balance trainer, same thing. All right, so they ended there, and they just have some more. So my favorite one out of all this is the yoga. All right, so what I want to do is I'm just going to start with what they have. I'm going to go type in best yoga mats now, okay? So let's go to Google, and let's do best yoga mats. All right, so again, what I want to look at is the first thing I'm looking at is competition. Now, I really would like to see a site that has a smaller amount of referring domains that maybe is about yoga on the first page. And if I see at least one of those, I'd be happy. But it also depends on how good their SEO is, right? So the first one has 68,000 referring domains. Next one has 15,000. Next one has 444,000. Then we got 458, 184, 47, 23. And these are all in the thousand. All these guys are beasts. Oh, look at this one, bestinyoga.com. These are the type of sites I look for on the first page because I know if they can do it, we can definitely do it, right? Our SEO is much stronger than everyone out there. So I know they got 123 referring domains. I know that if they can get on the first page for this term with 123 referring domains, we can do it with probably half that, okay? Because we know how to do SEO much better than most people do out there, pretty much everyone, all right? And then we got another yoga site, but they have 2,700, and then another yoga site which has 2,300. But I really, really like this one right here, bestinyoga.com, because they only have 123 referring domains. So what I want to do now is my next step would be looking at their domain name, and what I'm going to get out of this is going to be twofold, right? It's going to be how good is their SEO, and then also how wide can I go? Like how many different keywords are they ranking for, right? So let's go check them out, bestinyoga.com. Bestinyoga.com. All right. What's funny is I think I've looked at this site before. I've actually researched the yoga niche before, and I think I remember seeing this site maybe a few months ago. Anyways, so what I see initially is they got 122 referring domains. That's their live referring domains. Their traffic value is 4,000. Okay, 4,000 a month. That's estimated. Remember, organic traffic 4,500. Organic keywords about 6,400. So that's a good sign, because that tells me there's a lot of different keywords out there that's available, and that's just the ones that these guys are covering. You know, we could go look at other yoga sites and get more keyword ideas. So what I want to first do, well, I also like this. They only got 76 do follow referring domains. Okay, so although they got 122 referring domains, only 76 of them are do follow. Very, very doable for us. Okay, this is very, very doable, and I like this so far. So let's go to organic keywords. All right, and this is where I'm going to kind of get more keyword ideas from, right? So best yoga mat is, now it looks like best yoga mat is actually one of the more competitive keywords, or yoga mats is. But they're number one for a whole bunch of stuff here. And with 120 some referring domains, only 75 being do follow, that's good news. Okay, that's good news for competition. So for me, this marks off interest, because I'm interested in home workouts. Yoga is something that I've always wanted to. I've looked into it a little bit, and even a little bit affiliate, but I'm not in the yoga niche, I'll tell you that. But I have looked at it, obviously, because I'm pretty sure I've seen this site before. Market trends, it makes sense, because a lot more people are working out from home, and yoga will definitely pick up. Competition makes sense so far, because these guys are ranking on the first page, and they only have 75 do follow referring domains, right? And I know that we can do better SEO than them. I know it. So far this is making sense. And then, of course, it looks like there's going to be a good amount of keywords. We got yoga mats, yoga shorts, yoga on carpet, yoga socks, how to clean them, yoga for weight loss. Let's see, knee pads for yoga, yoga on carpet again, size of yoga blocks. Again, different poses, mantras for peace. I'm sure there's tons and tons of poses. Let's see, yoga for flexibility. So there's going to be a lot of keywords, and these guys are probably only scratching the surface somewhat. We could go to a larger yoga site and do the same thing, get even more keyword ideas. But I already like what I'm seeing. I mean, just that alone, there's probably enough keywords there. I even look at this, and look at the amount of searches we got throughout all here, right? I mean, Best Yoga Mat alone has 10,000 searches a month, estimated. Then Best Yoga Mats has 4,300, Yoga Shorts has 7,700, Yoga Socks has 7,700. All these longer tail type stuff have a few hundred. I mean, there's a lot of search volume out there for this, so this is a good sign. So far, everything is checking out for me. Interest checks out, market trends checks out, competition checks out, keywords check out. Now what I'm going to go look at is the affiliate program. So I want to see what type of affiliate programs are out there. I like seeing more affiliate programs, like different options. And then, of course, the higher percentage, the better. So let's go to Best Yoga. All right, so the top 10 yoga affiliate programs, let's check that out. So there's at least 10 of them. That's a good sign. All right, so Barefoot Yoga is the first one. So they offer a 10% commission, which is pretty good. I mean, 10% is not bad. Next, we'd have to look into like how much are yoga. I think yoga mats are maybe, I would guess, $30, $40 range. So it's not super a lot. Yoga blocks, yoga socks, yoga shorts, yoga pants. Maybe yoga pants would be more expensive in some areas. Yoga DVDs. So the commission isn't super high. That's probably a downside. You're not going to have super high commission. So that's maybe one of the that's on the lower interest. And for me, I think I remember analyzing yoga before. I'm pretty sure I've analyzed yoga because this site rings a bell. This Best in Yoga. This may have been my reason for not going with this. And remember, doesn't mean it may not be good for you. But I've researched so many niches that when I've compared it to just maybe like a few other types of niches, they check all the boxes that yoga did, but then they also have higher priced products that pay more commission, right? So why would I go with yoga when I find a different affiliate program that has all the same boxes checked, but they pay more on higher priced products? You get what I'm saying? And the only way you can do that and know that is through affiliate research. But I can tell you, the yoga niche, looking at this, you can make good money in this. Like this is actually a pretty good niche so far. I like it so far. The one downside is is the price of the products, and then the percentage so far is kind of lower. All right. So let's scroll down just a little more. Brilliant Yoga, 70%. Oh wow. So what I'm guessing is this is like an ebook. It looks like. So it looks like you could sell some ebooks and stuff like that, where you can make a higher commission off it. So that's an option to look into those types of keywords. Healthy Moving pays 30%. Okay. And again, I'd be surprised if that's gear. This is probably more like so it looks like these are more courses. Yeah, these are courses. Okay, that's why they're paying a higher amount. It's usually physical equipment you get a lower percentage on. If it's a course or like a training or like something like that that's not a physical product, you can make a lot more money because there's no cost behind the making of the product, right? So just consider that. Manduku pays 15%. Okay. So I like that. Yeah, and they have yoga mats. So 50% actually can be a big difference in 10%. Seems like a little difference, but it can actually be a really big difference. 20% on this one, Jade Yoga, 20%. Interesting. Interesting how their top recommendation pays 10%, and then some of these pay 15, 20, and they have them down here. It makes you wonder if maybe these guys have a tiered affiliate program. This Barefoot Yoga, which means basically if one more cup of coffee recommends them, then they get a percentage of every sale you make. So basically they can promote Barefoot's affiliate program, and then every time, if you sign up under them, every time you make a sale, they make a commission as well. So that could be why they have Barefoot number one. Just be aware of things like that. All right, so it looks like we can make 10 to 20% on physical products, and then 30 to 70% on ebooks, courses, training, stuff like that. So again, this. I think this is a pretty good niche. I think yoga is a pretty good niche, and the only way that I can really get that across is the only way that I can kind of make people understand that is if you do more niche research. Then you can compare to other niches, right? And I've said that many times now, but it's very important to understand if this is the only niche that I ever researched, then I wouldn't really know how good it was, right? And as I was going through this, people may be wondering, how did you know the competition wasn't that bad, or how did you know that's a lot of keywords? How did you know the search volume's good? How do you I know because I can compare it to my previous data that I've done my niche research for, right? So hopefully this is helpful for you in picking a niche. This is how you find good niches, okay? And you do this process and you do it over and over again. And the cool thing is most people won't do this. So if you're willing to do this, you're likely going to be someone that finds a good niche, a niche that has a lot of keywords, somewhat lower competition, and pays a good amount of money, and you can make a lot of money from it. Now, if you don't understand the rest of the process, which is basically how to get the site to rank and all the other steps, that's in Traffic Tsunami. So I did an over-the-shoulder series for Traffic Tsunami for an affiliate site where I took a website, and from the day that I registered it, everything is on video over the shoulder. So I showed me, actually getting the site, registering it, putting it up on hosting, how I go out and do my keyword research, how I, get all my articles and all my ideas and my article templates, and where I find writers, and if you're not going to write your own content, how I do my on-page SEO, how I do my backlinking, how I plan things out. Everything about how to get the website to rank is in Traffic Tsunami. Okay, and of course you also get Dan and Joe, who cover a ton of other awesome stuff, and they'll explain, you know, what they cover, of course. So again, hopefully this was helpful for you guys. If there's any questions about, you know, I know you'll probably look at some of this and say, well, I don't understand how to do this, this, or this. Again, it's in Traffic Tsunami, all right? And you can use what you learn in there paired with this, and you can rank pretty much anything you want if you follow the steps. So it was good talking to y'all. See y'all soon.